Hey, how are you? I am Brando, and this time I will talk to you about the verb to marry. Okay? If you don't know how to use it, I'll explain to you how to conjugate it with all the personal pronouns in affirmative, negative, and interrogative phrases, as well as different uses this verb can have. I will start with the personal pronouns. Okay? The verb to marry is conjugated in this way. First, you have to say I marry, you marry, she marries, he marries, it marries, we marry, you marry, they marry. That's for affirmative phrases. For negative phrases, you have to say I don't marry, you don't marry, she doesn't marry, he doesn't marry, it doesn't marry, we don't marry, you don't marry, they don't marry. Finally, we have interrogative phrases. Do I marry? Do you marry? Does she marry? Does he marry? Does it marry? Do you marry? Do we marry? Do they marry? Okay, that was the way you use the verb to marry with all the personal pronouns. I will now tell you the different definitions this verb has. I will start with to take someone as a husband or wife. He married her when he was 18. That's the first one. Then I have to perform marriage ceremony for a couple. The priest married them in the old church to arrange a marriage. He wanted to marry his daughter to a rich family. Also, to gain through marriage. To marry, that's like, for example, I marry money. That's like when your only interest is it's like money in this case. And also to join or unite closely. This wine and cheese marry well. Okay, those were the different definitions the verb to marry has, and also I explained to you how to use this verb with all the personal pronouns in different kinds of phrases. Thank you very much. I hope you enjoyed it. See you next time. Hola, ¿cómo estás? Soy Brando y en esta ocasión les voy a hablar del verbo to marry, que significa casar. Pero casar cuando amas a alguien y así se unen por matrimonio. En el caso de que no sepas cómo utilizar el verbo to marry con los pronombres personales y este verbo tiene diferentes definiciones en el inglés, entonces te voy a explicar las diferentes definiciones y también su uso con los pronombres personales. Con los pronombres personales, en frases afirmativas, tienes que decir I marry, yo me caso, you marry, tú te casas, she marries, ella se casa, he marries, él se casa, we marry, nosotros nos casamos, it marries, esto se casa, you marry, ustedes se casan, they marry, ellos se casan. En frases negativas hay que decir I don't marry, yo no me caso, you don't marry, tú no te casas, she doesn't marry, ella no se casa, he doesn't marry, él no se casa, it doesn't marry, esto no se casa, we don't marry, nosotros no nos casamos, you don't marry, ustedes no se casan, they don't marry, ellos no se casan. Ahora, en el caso de que vayas a hacer una pregunta, tienes que decir do I marry? Yo me caso. Do you marry? Tú te casas. Does she marry? Ella se casa. Does he marry? Él se casa. Does it marry? Esto se casa. Do we marry? Nosotros nos casamos. Do you marry? Ustedes se casan. Do they marry? Ellos se casan. Por otro lado, tengo aquí una lista con diferentes definiciones de este verbo, ya que, como les dije al principio, este verbo se puede utilizar en diferentes tipos de conversaciones, diferentes contextos. Entonces les voy a explicar las diferentes formas en las que se puede utilizar este verbo. Primero, to take as a husband or wife, tomar como esposo o esposa. He married her when he was 18. Él se casó con ella cuando tenía 18 años. To perform the marriage ceremony for a couple. Hacer la ceremonia del matrimonio para una pareja. The priest married them in the old church. El sacerdote los casó en la iglesia vieja, en la vieja iglesia. To arrange a marriage. Arreglar un matrimonio. He wanted to marry his daughter to a rich family. Él quería casar a su hija con una familia rica. Esto pasa más generalmente en India. To gain through marriage. Para ganar a través del matrimonio. I married money. Casar, o sea, yo me caso por el dinero. To join or unite closely. Para unir o mezclar. This wine and cheese marry well. Este vino y queso se casan bien o van bien juntos. Bueno, estas fueron las formas en las que se utiliza el verbo to marry con todos los pronombres personales, en frases afirmativas, negativas e interrogativas. También cómo se puede utilizar el verbo to marry en diferentes tipos de conversaciones con sus diferentes significados. Espero les haya gustado y que haya sido útil por ustedes. Gracias, nos vemos en la próxima.